kings and queens, and we're back with another edition of Talk Back to Me Podcast. I'm your host, Exclusive Stories. Next to me, I got the wonderful and oh so brilliant Chelsea. Go ahead.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Chelsea, pouring into you with Where's the Wine. Today we'll be talking about taking control.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Hot Girl G, Giselle_OVO. Hey. Special guest. I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready.
Yes. Hey, how y'all doing? This is your girl Jelly with your ear to the streets. And today we're talking about these mass shootings and these killings in our city streets. What we gonna do to change that?
What it do, man? You know it's your boy Ticket, man. I'm always coming with Ticket Thoughts. I don't tell y'all shit to the end of the show, so tune the fuck in. Let's get it.
All right, we got a powerful topic coming up. Y'all just met the team yet again. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Topic of the day is going to be very simple, but it's going to shake up some things. Child support. What's owed and what's wanted. I'm going to go ahead and start it off with Ticket. What you got for us on that, man?
Hey, man. It's going to get a little deep. And I mean, topic that I really thought of because sometimes it's a lot of women out here that want more than what they think they need. So I really want to see what my ladies got to say about this today because I think it's going to be a little controversial.
Yes.
Oh, yeah? How you feel?
Who, me?
Oh, yeah, Jelly.
So, I feel like this. I feel like if a man is going to do something, he's going to do it regardless. You don't have to put him on child support to do it. And that's coming from a mom. I'm not going to force you to do nothing that you don't want to do. I mean, that's your karma. And if I feel like I need that help, that means I just got to hustle a little harder. Because whether you do it or not, as a mother, I still have to make shit happen. So,
one way or the other.
Yeah, I really don't care for child support. But if you are going to be on child support, pay what you owe. Because that lady didn't make that baby by herself. Unless you told her you didn't want that child. Stop having these babies out of spite and expecting people to take care of them. He didn't sign up for that. He told you he didn't want that baby. He told you take that plan B and get that abortion.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, we don't know.
She hit him with both sides.
No, because he told you to take that plan B and get that abortion, and you chose not to. So
you ain't want to play for the plan B, now you got to play for the child support. Period.
You know what I'm saying?
How you feeling, Giselle? How you feel about that topic?
To be honest, you know, I'm trying to put my, because I don't have kids, but I understand kind of both points of views, like what she was saying, like, she feels like you don't need to. Like, if you know what you got to do, step up as a man and play your part in it. But I feel like if you could have that mutual conversation and be able to talk about, all right, let's be adults about this, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be handled overall, like, in a better, like, way. But at the end of the day, like, you got to do what you got to do. So,
Chelsea?
yeah.
Well, I just feel like either don't fucking raw or like just make sure you do what you do.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
It almost skipped over my head. What to say what?
Don't fuck raw. If you can't take care of no kids, do what you need to do to make sure you don't have none. Wow. The fuck? And then I do got some more to say about that shit, though. I'm gonna just say this. I ain't got no kids, but I found out when I was 18 and my biological father was on child support and I ain't getting no money. My mama checked the card, it was $3.06.
What you do with that?
16 years went by.
What y'all doing with that?
But wait though, because mamas will spend the child support money on BS. Yeah. Ain't not a dollar bit more.
Right. But my mama wasn't that. She not that kind of person. She definitely tried to keep me connected with him. He disappeared on his own. He did that on his own. And it's a lot of people out here. You do have a lot of mothers that put men on child support just because. But a lot of guys get like $200-300 a month on child support. That ain't shit to take care of no child
At all.
So all that complaining, she asked me for money. She should more money.
Well, you know it goes off a percentage, right?
And that's fine. You know she got to do all that shit by herself.
I'm just telling you it goes off a percentage. So it's not that it's not that he's telling you what he's gonna give. That's what they told him to give.
It's 20% or something.
Yeah, that's what they tell him to give.
Okay, but a lot of men feel like that's all they should give just because it's coming out of their paycheck.
Well, any man is going to do more for his child because his child's probably going to call and ask the dad for more anyway, if the dad's active. I said any man. Did you hear what I said?
Not any nigga.
Did you hear what I said? I didn't say boy. I didn't say nigga.
But what I'm saying is you got more boys than men out here doing that's not doing what they supposed to do.
True. We got to stop sleeping with boys.
I'm
not talking about you in general. I said we got to stop sleeping with boys. If you're going to sleep with a man, you know, a man know what it is, the consequences that come out of that. You know, if we lay down and we decide not to use protection, I got to take what comes from that. You know what I mean? So anything that comes from that, I got to understand that that's a man. But if it ain't a man, And that's an issue and that's a problem. You know what I mean? You gotta make the decision before you get into that decision.
Yeah, and you got a lot of men that feel like they treat their kids like they're babysitting, not like that's actually their child.
Oh my gosh. I'm babysitting my baby. Oh, wait a minute.
That's fucking nerd.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
How are you babysitting, baby?
I was at the park for 2 hours, my nigga. Look,
This
listen.
year. You know, babysitting. Brother, this
It's hot out there. You don't understand the shit I went through in this heat. I'm giving them back.
I can't babysit him. I can't watch him. Oh, yes, the fuck you can. Oh, yeah.
Hell no.
partner.
I
Okay.
seen a post on Twitter. This dude was like, his baby mama sent his kid to his house for the summer with no clothes, and it's like because that should be her second home. Her mama shouldn't have to send clothes. You should already have shit there for your child to feel comfortable, and not like she's visiting you.
Okay.
So take your ass to
Valid
Target, Walmart, and get your baby.
This is my question. I got a question. This is my question though. All right. Say I'm a millionaire, but I was a millionaire before I met you. Right? We date, we start talking, mess around, get married, have a kid, divorce, whatever. If I'm worth $50 million, is the kid and you worth $500,000 a month?
Why wouldn't your kid be?
What kid uses $500,000 a month?
So
I'm just asking.
If your child was in the household with you all that time up until you got a divorce,
They can move with me.
okay, then why not fight for that?
Some people do, and some people still don't get it.
You
So
right, 'cause a
what
lot
I
of
will
people
say
feel like
is-
their child should be with their mom.
Exactly.
You paying
Okay.
for appearances. Let's be real.
Okay.
They feel like if you can wear designer and you can wear this, that, and the third, your child should be able to do the same. They should be able to live the same lifestyle they were living while they were with you.
But I feel like I'm
Which-
paying the mama and not the kid.
That's what you feel like, but at this point, it don't matter what you feel. It's about
That's that
your child.
bullshit.
No, for real.
It's not for us, Paul.
For real, if you keep up certain appearances for yourself and your child while they're with you, they expect their lifestyle not to change because y'all are separated.
So you mean to tell me, if I'm worth $5 million, so to say, and we split and we divorce, I can't pay you $2,000 a month. If I pay the house off and pay the car and give you that, I can't pay you $2,000 a month and that's enough for my child. I gotta pay for you and my child.
You still gotta pay for their private school. You still gotta buy shoes, clothes on a regular like you used to do.
That's fine. I'm saying
Whatever you
and the
used to
child.
do, you still have to foot the bill for all that.
So
I'm sorry, but
it's
that's
okay
just-
for the woman if she wasn't working.
I
she
don't
was
feel
just
like
at the house.
that's acceptable, but that's just what it is.
I'm
And
just asking.
there was shit that you could have did before you got married. I mean, I know a lot of people don't want to
Prenup?
believe that they gonna get a divorce, but you
How
know
many of y'all gonna really
exactly.
sign that?
You know, okay, and if she, that's fine, because I don't ever want to be married to somebody where I have to sign a prenup. But what I'm saying is, you knew what you were getting yourself into by marrying somebody that didn't have anything when you met them. You
She
knew,
had some.
you
She
knew.
might not have the money, but she had some.
and that's your fault
didn't
for
work.
it. So.
I'm joking.
And that's
Yeah,
I
they
think-
work,
I think
huh?
that's
And
when
that's how y'all got that little
And that's how you
kiki
got
over
it in
there.
I think that's where it comes to
Exactly.
having that. I think that's where it
don't-
comes to having that communication, like with your partner or baby daddy or whoever, like being on that mutual agreement that are you gonna help me out every month? If not, we gonna do something about it. But I feel like wherever the child is staying, where their primary home is, money should be going towards that person, male or female, because you're
Yeah.
feeding that person. You don't know what happens in 24 hours. That child could eat 4 times, 5 times, like clothes, everything that has to do, taking the child out. You want to make sure your child is,
Kids
you know,
sporadic.
happy. Yeah, you know, you want to spoil your child. So I feel like just that person that is overall with that child the majority of the time should get their cut, regardless if it's a male or a
Oh
female.
yeah, I don't take that. I don't take that they should get money. Period. I'm just saying, like, I even looked at the Nas and Khalees situation. They got a divorce. Khalees rich as hell too.
Yeah.
Nas rich as hell too. Why in the hell they get out of divorce and got a kid?
You
and
saw
he
the
gotta pay her.
He's rich as hell. Nah, it's rich as fuck.
But I'm saying they both got bread. You know what I mean? Like, her song was probably a bigger song than he ever had. I mean, just being honest, Nas got a lot of songs that we like, but Khalees had a top chart hit, so she gonna get paid regardless. Why is it that man is paying that much money in child support? Even if you got that much bread, both of y'all got that much bread. It should be a mutual agreement to say, hey, you know what? I got my own. You got your own. Just take care of your kid. I don't need $75,000 a month from you. I'm not saying that's the figure, but what kid is gonna eat $75,000?
I think 2,000, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't have
I don't
kids.
even require
I
all
don't
that.
have kids.
You know what I'm
I don't know.
saying?
I don't know.
You
That's
ain't
what
got no
I'm
food
saying.
stamps. I mean, cause my son bougie, he don't don't eat fast food. He don't eat the stuff normal kids eat. I gotta cook shrimp and steak. I mean, not even shrimp and steak, because he don't
That's
eat
your
meat.
fault. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he only eats vegetables and seafood.
good.
So
Here's my thing.
I got a bougie ass kid.
How you feel?
No.
Foot that bill.
Here's my thing, though.
And
Why?
hair products.
I honestly think child support is meant for a brother to struggle. And I'm gonna tell get my point.
They
Get
take
my
your whole
point.
check.
They not worrying about if we dropped the pay wage or we lost a car or apartment. They don't give a damn about that. They jump hurdles and ladders for the women, but brothers, we go through it. When we get put on child support, we go through it. It's a difficult situation for us to go through. I got a lot of friends that's going through it, that's on it as well, and you can't even raise your hands. Raise your hands if you're sure. Raise your hands if you're sure.
Take a deep breath.
I'm sorry.
For real, man, it's crazy. Like, why is the government so focused on trying to ruin black fathers' lives in general, minority fathers in general, just because we go through hard times sometimes? I'm not saying that doesn't mean we don't need to be a father. But at the same time, how can we be a father the right way if we're still learning how to be a man and take care of our responsibilities that we need to take care of? That's a true question.
You know what's
I
crazy
guess.
though, Paul? I'm gonna chime in with you on that one. I say the government too, but I'm gonna be honest. And, y'all probably gonna look at me funny. A lot of that shit is on our fucked up ass ways too, because at the end of the day, you knew that chick was crazy when you met her.
Exactly. You gotta know.
You kept hitting her raw. You kept
You knew
taking
it was
chances.
wet for a reason.
You kept hitting her raw. Exactly. You kept taking chances. You kept taking chances. You kept taking chances. You knew she was gonna take you to the cleaners, and she was gonna try to. No matter if you make $5,000 a month or $2,000 a month, she's gonna try to get everything she can from you. Just because, for one, if the situation stops, she's mad now. So with her being mad or you being mad, she's gonna try to get you back. Women are spiteful. I'm sorry, but it's truthful. They're gonna try to get you in any way that they can. Some men are like that too.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, man, like, it's just, I feel like what you were saying, Giselle, I think it should be a mutual agreement. Man, and what you were saying as well, fuck some child support. I don't need these people to tell us what we need to do for our kid. Mm-hmm. If you call me and you say, hey, my kid need yada, yada, yada. Okay, well, I got this much. How much you got? Let's make it happen. Or, kid need yada, yada, yada. Well, I got this much. How much you got? Repeat it on no matter what the situation is. But when you put people in our life and I'm giving you $300-400 a month,
Don't ask me for nothing.
don't get mad if I'm not giving you nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's different with some people. Exactly. They told me to give you this much, that's what I'm giving. But then I'm something different if I don't give you something extra on top of that. You know what I mean? It's like, that's why I say the situation is like real, like rough, and it's kind of like shaky, because you got some women that's just out just to get men because they don't want to do nothing no way. But then, again, like we talked about with the rich folks, if I marry a chick that's bad and whatever else, like if I give you so much a month, you can't go back and get your degree and find your own job. If the house is paid for and the car is paid for, you can't find your own way of living day to day and just let me pay for my kid. But no, I got to pay for you too because you were accustomed to a certain way of living.
Jerry,
Okay.
that finger up.
Put the finger. That's that church finger.
No, because what I will say is, once you're dealing with someone who has a high status, like a high social status, you are automatically pulled into that pool of celebrity. So use that. Use that. Hell yeah.
So you're saying you would use it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Use
then.
that.
You
Use
get your
that
bread,
light
too.
they giving you. Use that shine they giving you
Like
and go get your bread. Go do these
Okay.
club appearances. Go do these whatever meetings you need to do, whatever conference you need to show up at. Find you a platform and speak
respect
about
that
something.
hustle.
Stick to something and make that who you are and profit off of that and provide for your child from that, because he's already giving you the platform. You were married to a millionaire.
I respect that hustle.
You were married to a millionaire.
Somebody listening
fuck
right
it.
now gonna be like,
you,
I'm married
you
to her
somebody's
tomorrow.
you somebody's ex-wife. No, seriously, you somebody's ex-wife, and yeah, he probably gonna have to pay alimony, and yeah, he gonna have to pay child support. But you make sure, whether he does it or not, you're still set. You're still provided for. That's what I feel. I feel like
a mama gonna be a mama, right?
profit.
I mean, the way it should be. I'm just being honest. Like, I was raised with grandmothers. My mother, a mother gonna be a mother. A mother gonna find a way to make sure shit happens any way it goes.
She showed.
But exactly, if that's a real mother, again, like we saying, you got a lot of mammies out here. You don't have a lot of mothers, you got a lot of mammies, and a lot of mammies out here look for somebody else to do some shit for them.
Preach, brother.
You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to it, you can't look for somebody else to do something for you. If you opened your legs, you were just as accountable as I am. You had sex with me just like I did. So when something comes out of that situation, you know what it is. So when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, if you have your kid regardless, you're still a mama. They gonna count on you before they count on daddy anytime. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. You're a mama. So when it comes down to it, yeah, I can assist and yeah, I can help. But what are you going to do to make sure things are getting done anyway? Especially if I'm giving what the government has told me to give. You know what I mean? And you not trying to hustle me out of no more. You a mama. A mama got to be a mama. Straight facts.
Yeah.
And like you said, you gonna give what the government say give, but at the same time, like, what if that's not enough? And I do agree, like, put him on child support. If he is a good father and doing what he's supposed to, put him on child support for what? I honestly feel like both parents should take care of the child as if they're still in the same household. Period.
Okay.
Because you
That's
have
real.
you have a lot of people that leave
State that
most of
again.
the responsibility on the mom, and the dad is like, okay, well, they don't stay in my house, so I'm gonna do what I want to do. They can take that little $200-300 and I'm done, and I'll see her every other weekend. But I definitely feel but I definitely feel like both parents should act as if they are still in the same household, taking care of the same kids.
Exactly.
So
I mean, because they made that kid together. No matter where you are,
Yeah.
you could be with a man, I could be with a woman. We made that kid together. Nobody laid on their back or their belly or whatever it is to have that kid but us. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry I'm being blunt. I'm saying, but you know, you got a lot of people that dictate them situations. You got a lot of people, a man might get with a woman is more powerful and to dictate that man and tell him what to do and what not to do. A woman might get with a man the same thing, but you got to set precedence and say, hey man, this was my kid before I met you. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm going to take care of my kid, yada, 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 yada. But, I mean, we just kind of live in a fucked up world where a lot of times the women think they deserve more than what they going to get. And then a lot of times men don't give exactly what they supposed to give. So, I mean, what changes that, though? Because the system ain't going to change. They're going to keep getting whatever they feel they're going to get from you.
I mean,
So-
it's the people that gotta change.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
So what changes that is choose who you're procreating with wisely. I mean, that's really all it is. If I'm laying down with you, I'm not fucking you raw if I don't feel like I can have a child with you and you gonna do your part. I'm just not gonna
You
do
ain't
it.
never had no slip-ups?
No, I have one child.
Okay, no, that ain't what I'm saying.
Oh no,
said
I
you
ain't never had
no slip-ups.
I ain't never had no slip-ups.
You ain't never had no moment where you look and be like, dang, that nigga look good,
No.
but I don't think I can have a kid with him.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Keep it gangster.
I'm
Let's keep it real.
about who I
Only
share.
on Talk Back to Me.
Everybody's
Let's go.
different though.
Oh yeah, I'm extremely particular about who I share my time and my body with
Yeah,
and for
facts.
that purpose. I know I'm fertile.
I learned.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
For real. I know I'm fertile. I ain't play with myself.
Wait, where's my tea at? All
No,
right.
for real. I ain't finna play
I got something
myself.
to say, like, for the females, for the ladies, I feel like a lot of times, like, we expect or we want a man that is making this much money and is driving this car, got this going on, is ambitious, and we got all these characteristics that we want, right? We got all these characteristics that we want out of a man, but ask yourself this question: do you have those characteristics?
Man.
Do you got that car? Are you making that money you want your mans to make? Because how you expect, you know what I'm saying? How you expect to get that energy if you're not giving that same energy back?
Exactly.
So it's
Straight
like,
up.
Gangsta
straight up.
facts with
Facts.
Giselle.
You got that going? You got
Make
that
sure you
going?
follow Giselle _OVO. You know what I'm saying? At Giselle.
This a vibe, though.
GISELLE_OVO. She's speaking facts.
And I feel like I've had a lot to say, and like, you know what I'm saying? You got a voice. You feel like you need to be heard, and it's just like I just appreciate being here because just talking and just being open-minded and talking to other people and seeing their opinions, like, I appreciate being here. So thank y'all.
No, we appreciate it.
Appreciate having
You know what I'm saying? Happy to be here.
I mean, like I say, but on the child support thing, at the end of the day, it's a lot of different ways it can go. And a lot of people, but you have a lot of women that will come in here and say, nah, fuck that. If I say I want 1,000, I need 1,000. But it don't work that way.
It don't.
It don't,
It's
man.
about the needs of the child. Fuck you. But what people don't understand is bills have to be paid for where their child stays. Food has to be provided for where their child stays. That child needs clothes and shoes for wherever the fuck they going. Your baby in private school, brother, tuition has to be paid.
So what do you think is a
Haircuts have
feasible
to be
amount
paid
for you a month for a kid?
For me,
Just period.
all right.
Why not?
Depending on the area you live in, depending on the lifestyle your child is already accustomed to. My child, you can give him 1,000 a month because I'm gonna have to put up the other 1,000 for him. His hair products alone cost $150.
He'll fly as the dude. I was gonna say your kid is different.
His hair products
'Cause my daughter's
alone
different.
cost $150.
She won't wear a shoe unless it's Nike.
He wear every shoe that come out. He get every shoe, and that's not because of me. That's what his father instilled in him. His dad bought him shoes every weekend, so he's a shoe head kid. He loves shoes. I dress him. I was shopping in Bazaar, H&M, Target. You know,
Listen, viewers, don't
just-
take this personal. Her child is a male model, so when it comes down to it, you can't listen to her.
seriously though, it's about the precedent you set for your child. Whatever lifestyle he was accustomed to before we broke up, that's what we rocking with. And he don't eat regular food. I can't buy him McDonald's. I cannot go get my baby no Jack in the Box. He's gonna look at me like, who is this for?
I don't want it.
My baby's like, Mom, where's the shrimp? Where's the crab meat?
I'm used to Papa.
Don't do
Do's and
some
all that other
pasta.
shit.
Yeah, I have to cook. That's why I
That's
said you got
crazy.
some stamps.
What about Parker? How you feel though? What about Parker?
Man, Prince. Parker.
Exactly.
You know,
Prince
like
Parker.
I set that expectation the day I found out he was in the womb. I was not about to let my kid go through what I went through growing up.
Exactly.
My parents, they made sure they did everything that they needed to do to make sure we had clothes on our back, you know, shoes on our feet, stuff of that nature. But you set these expectations for your children. You know, you want them to have a better life, a way better life than what you had growing up. So really at the end of the day, I agree with you, Jelly. I mean, if you're instilling these goals and stuff like that in your child, then you need to come through with it. But do it with sense. Don't put your kid on $1,000 budget and you know it's not $1,000 income coming in. And I'm not just talking about from a female perspective, I'm talking about from a male perspective. Communication is key. If you know that nigga is working at McDonald's drive-thru and he just got promoted to doing the fries, he don't need to be in no Nikes. He need to be.
You knew that when you was
You knew that.
You knew it. You was like, girl, I'm fucking this nigga from McDonald's.
He needs the champions out of Payless.
This nigga work at McDonald's, but his dick game is unreal. You knew that.
You know what I'm saying? You know, Fiesta got the police department.
Hey.
That's what we need to be for him.
Fala's Paradise. You gotta hit up Fala's
Valet Paradise.
You gotta hit it up.
Make it
And
real fancy,
it's
real bougie
nothing
sound.
wrong with that. And we have to realize there's nothing wrong with that. You have to do what your wallet can say you can do.
Exactly.
You can't keep up with the Joneses. We talked about this on our first episode, Family Friction. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses, y'all. Stop. Like, do what your wallet says you can do.
Straight up.
And that's just straight up. That's all I got on it right there.
What you say, Chelsea? Before we get out of this topic, what you
What I
say?
gotta say, why not just come up, figure out what those expenses cost, and figure out who gonna do what.
And
Like,
that's what I do.
yeah, I mean, cause I have a friend, my best friend. That's what they do. They figure out what it is that he need and how much it's gonna cost monthly, and everybody, you know, each person figure out what they can do, and to make sure that it's taken care of. It's not. You, like you said, you do have a lot of people that put people on child support just because they want some extra money. But there's a lot of people who don't give nothing at all and don't feel like they should because the child don't live with them. So now it's all on her. So now I gotta put you on child support. You know what I'm saying? Just to get that little measly $200-$300 that ain't gonna do nothing but help pay for daycare because that shit is expensive.
Thanks. So,
Not if you NCR, but go ahead.
ain't no
But I'm
NCI.
saying if she can afford to take care of that child by herself, okay, cool. But why should she have to
That's true.
when the father has a job and can take care of the child
You're
as
right.
well?
Trifling ass
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you're right.
So, well, that's my take.
It ain't
I ain't
no
gonna
fault.
say.
It should just be at the end of the day, like I'm telling you,
Just
man,
sperm donor.
fuck a child support all the way around. It should just be simple at the end of the day, what that kid need month for month, because it's gonna change. Their feet get bigger, their clothes get bigger. You know what I mean? They grow, they lose weight. Sometimes they're eating it, sometimes they can't eat that. And I mean, when it comes down to it, like I would never. That's if I made them, I raise them. You know what I'm saying? I take them. I mean, some people don't have that same retrospect or that same mind frame. But when it comes down to it, like. I don't need these people in my life to tell me how to raise my kid. You know what I mean? I don't need these people to tell me what I can give you. Because honestly, I'm probably going to give you way more out of my pocket than what you're going to get from them. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we're all normal folks. Ain't nobody making millions of dollars out here. So if you getting whatever percentage you getting from here, you probably just going to get more. You know what I mean? Because if you call and ask for something once or twice a month, or even tell me what's needed, if you're in a different household, and then some women will be like, I shouldn't have to tell you. Yeah, you should have to tell me. Because we're in a different household. I'm
You
not
should
there every day.
ask.
But and that's you can ask as well. But if I'm not in the household with you and I don't know every day, you know I'm a man. I'm not you. I'm not gonna sit here and think about the shit that you think about every day. So just call me and tell me. But if you got somebody to have that kind of understanding, you know what I mean. But I'm not. I should call and say, hey, is anything needed? You know, anything extra? Yada 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 yada. But at the same time, you should say, hey, such and such need this, that, and the other. And okay, here you go.
So what I think of is, okay,
She said
when
you
do
should
you
ask.
realize
No,
when do you realize you need new underwear? when they start to fade, the band get
I
a
see a
little
hole
loose.
in them, but sometimes them hoes be making them hoes
See,
comfortable.
but here's the thing. I have a son. He wears
Okay.
muscle shirts. He wears t-shirts. He wears drawers. He likes nice socks. If his white socks start looking brown on the bottom because he done ran outside with them, he need new socks.
Okay.
If his underwear, his character start fading, he need new drawers. His muscle shirts start looking a little too loose around the neck.
Stop buying character
Dang
draws.
tight. First of all, he's 4. But I'm saying,
I got you.
and he wear
I'm listening.
Hanes. He wear Hanes too. But in the same token, you have to understand that everything you need as a man, he needs as a young man.
True.
And then some, because he need a little extra care.
Very true.
Yeah, you know, and these
But
doctor
you
visits
know we're
and everything
men,
come out of
Jelly.
pocket nowadays.
We're men.
Yeah.
But as a
Then
man,
I keep
as
stating
a
that.
child,
I'm not making an excuse for us, but we're men. Our mind frame is get up every day, go get some bread. Get up every day, go hustle. Get up every day and try to figure something
now
out.
what you hustling for? Who you hustling for?
Your family first. If you ain't got no family yourself,
Bingo.
but if you got something else, you hustling for your family and your kids. But the shit that you think about every day, we ain't think about that.
I'm sorry,
Exactly.
but
We don't.
But
can't
you
use it as
should.
an excuse anymore. We gotta do better.
I understand that, but I'm saying we don't. So as a woman, why not make us better and say, hey, I know you don't think about that, but this is
If
needed.
y'all not together,
First of all,
that's not her responsibility.
School is approaching. I have
But
not
what
been
did you
asked
just say a
about
minute
school
ago?
clothes.
Hold on. You said if y'all not together, what did you just say? If y'all not together,
That's not her responsibility to make
but you just said even if y'all have a baby and y'all not together, y'all should still act as if y'all what?
or in the same household.
That's a double entendre.
What you do for your child and what we do for each other is completely different. I don't have to do anything for you unless it has to do with my child.
I understand, but you just said even if we're not together, you said even if we're not together, we should still act and raise that child as if we are together. So if it's something I
not
slip,
together
Unacceptable.
in the same household. Not
Okay.
together.
Unacceptable.
Don't act
but
like
so if I
you're
forget
still in a
something, just remind me.
Don't act brand new.
It don't mean I don't want to do it.
I mean, if you forget something, okay,
Chelsea,
but
that's
don't
not
let that
hypocritical.
be an excuse every single time.
But you know how many times we forget?
So what happens when you go and you marry somebody else, and then I go and I marry
Y'all gonna raise
somebody
this
else?
baby with me?
Just
We
marry
is a
somebody
whole
else.
No, I know.
Which four?
That's my point. It's not my responsibility at that point to keep reminding you. You should know if we raising our child as if we're in the same household.
It ain't like that
you
though,
should
man.
know.
Okay, I'm gonna give myself for example, right? My oldest daughter about to be 12. She's in Dallas. There's no way in hell I could know every little. I talk to my daughter every day, morning, noon, night. She's gonna FaceTime me all day, but there's no way in hell I can know every little thing that's going on with her because at the end of the day, she's gonna be doing stuff that I'm not even around on the regular. She's in cheer. She tours with cheer. Now she's going to the 7th grade. She need this, she need that, but I'm giving child support like I do every month. But I get her once a month. I get her half the summer. I get her alternate holidays. So when I'm coming, there's also shit that her mama ain't telling me. We come 1 month, and it's like, oh, what you taking that pill for? Oh, my period came, and it's something different.
And that's it.
But I didn't even know that because you don't communicate that with me.
But
So
okay.
now it's not my fault if I didn't communicate back with you because you didn't tell me something. So at the same time, it got to be on both ends. It's not just always us.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm just letting you know.
I didn't say that, but
Because you was like,
but
we got to
that-
ask. Y'all got to tell too.
So I feel like we have to take the emotions out of child raising.
Exactly.
I honestly feel like that's what it is.
That's a
because
true statement.
It's about the benefit of the child. Whatever's best for him is what's best for me. I don't give a damn how I feel about it. I hate his daddy right now. I got him blocked. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I feel that.
He called me private, and I'll answer the phone. I'll be like, hold on. I'll unblock him, let him FaceTime the baby, and as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna block your dumb ass back. Because you're toxic, and I can't deal with you. No, for real.
I feel you though.
I can't tolerate you. But what me and you have going on, that has nothing to do with our child. And if you call and say, hey, I need to get my baby, I'm going to say, okay, what time? I'm going to have him ready. And that's just what it is.
So what you
Because
think you can do to make that better?
I
So
don't
not,
care to
I'm
make
saying
that-
so you don't have to block. Because even in my situation, with me having something at home.
He disrespectful.
Okay, I understand
And I'm
that.
not tolerating nobody's disrespect.
Okay, I
so with that
understand
being
that.
said, you're going to stay on that blacklist, and we're just going to do whatever needs to be done for this baby. But like
So you know how
I
he
said, school
probably
is
feel?
approaching. And I ain't been asked
Damn.
what my son
Damn,
needs,
Jelly?
when we going to meet the teacher.
But and that's
Did
why
you
he
get the
probably
shots?
feel like, and I'm
You
just
know what
saying,
I'm
I'm not saying that's right, but as a man, he probably like, shit, you blocked me, fucking, I ain't calling, I ain't asking what you need, and that's wrong.
No, but you
But
didn't
that's
ask
how a
this-
lot of men
You
think.
didn't ask this before you was blocked.
Hey.
You just got blocked, brother. What you talking about?
It is.
You can't make this
Now you
blind,
care.
these niggas.
Now
I'm
you
not,
care.
dog, and I promise I'm not, because even in my situation at home, mine be like, hey, she got an attitude every other day. Don't make no excuse for that shit. And I'd be like, man, I don't sleep with her. I don't lay with her. I don't give a fuck about her attitude. But at the end of the day, because she can call with attitude now, and I'd be like, well, you calling to talk to me or you calling to pass the phone?
Okay.
If you call and pass the phone, then I'll talk to her. If not, get the
Yeah.
fuck off my phone. But
Ooh.
I ain't gonna block it, because at the end of the day,
No.
I know she's still gonna call.
Blocked.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just different ways to help. I don't know, man. I look at shit differently. I don't want none of that smoke. You know
We
what I'm
don't
saying?
know what he be on, so.
So if you had a kid today, either one of y'all, because I know both of y'all said y'all didn't have any kids. If you had a kid today, either one of y'all, how would you treat the situation? Chelsea.
Come on.
I ain't having kids.
Just had a kid right now.
What?
I ain't having
That's
kids.
I would
So
hope
what if
I
you don't
marry
get
this
married?
man and we
I ain't having a kid.
together.
Wow.
That's what I hope for, right?
So if you don't get married, you ain't have no kids. So you ain't gonna be freezing your eggs and shit.
That's what I was gonna say. If I end up having a kid without a dad,
I really want y'all to see like what's going on.
Damn, Mary Jane.
Y'all, can y'all see this?
Oh wait, she really showing shit. She getting real around
Can y'all
here.
see this?
No color ID.
Y'all see this?
You know when that no color
Yeah.
ID call.
Whatever happens when she leave here, we not responsible for it. Listen.
And that's just what it is. My thing is, we
Whatever
spoke on
happens.
this. No, we spoke on this with family friendship. If someone is toxic, you have to get this person out of your life.
Yeah.
And you don't benefit me. You don't benefit me. So with that being said, whatever's necessary for the child, that's what we're gonna do. Anything outside of that, keep your feelings to yourself.
Hey, but by the way, man, shout out to the two bright skinned brothers that we brought in today. Jay Money, his
Yeah,
birthday. We got Craig over there. They not, you know what? I don't know if daddies or not yet. I don't know if they got no kids. They just ain't telling us about. You know what I'm saying? They say they got one, but I know they go through some of the same
Craig
shit.
daddy.
I just had to shout the bright skinned fellas out, man.
Talk
You know.
back to me backstage. All right, man. Well, we most definitely about to wrap this one up here. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. We'll be back with Chelsea, Where's the Wine? Only on Talk Back to Me podcast.
Alright, so let's get started with Where's the Wine. So today I wanted to talk about taking control. So I'm gonna kind of give y'all a little briefing on my week. So I've had a weird couple of weeks. I've been having some like anxiety, some weird feelings about things, but I posted on Instagram yesterday that like out of nowhere I'm starting to have issues with anxiety and it's starting to become more prevalent. So I assumed maybe it was because of age, but I'm not that old. But when I posted it, one of my friends was like, "Hey, call me." So I don't know how spiritual anybody else is, but I'm a pretty spiritual person. And the person that asked me to call her, she's super spiritual as well. So I mean, you have a lot of gifts like prophecy, word of knowledge, gift of discernment, things like that. A lot of people don't believe in it, but I do. And this girl that called me, that I talked to, she's a prophet. When we first got on the phone, she was like, "What do you think your anxiety comes from?" And I just started throwing out all kind of things, and she was just like, "Okay." So as we got deeper into the conversation, I told her, "Man, every time I talk to a prophet, they tell me the same thing." And then I told her, I was like, my grandmother I'd never seen her do this before, but she had prophesied over me in the middle of a basketball game. And she was crying, and she was like, "You're the one. Like, you're the one for this family. In this journey, you're gonna have to take it alone. Don't have kids too soon. Don't get married too soon. God is going to take you places where you need to be alone." So I was like, okay. And so like the girl, she was just like, "I have chills because 2 days ago, God told me to call you and tell you that. Exactly what your grandmother told you is what God told me to tell you." And she was like, "So what that anxiety that you're feeling is you getting closer to what God is trying to bring you to." And she was like, "The devil is going to start throwing all kind of stuff at you, and it's going to get really, really hard." And one thing that I know is when the devil gets desperate, that means that something immaculate is about to happen. Absolutely. It's getting closer to whatever it is that God has destined for me. And what I needed to do, what that made me realize is that I needed to take control of my life. I needed to dig deeper spiritually. And I don't know, I just needed to take control because I kind of feel like I just been living lately. But if you have God as your guide, I don't care what your spiritual background is, the one thing we have in common is we serve a God. And if you have God as your guide and you take control of your life, nothing can stop you. It ain't gonna be easy, but absolutely nothing can stop you. And when you have that kind of power and the people around you plug into you, do you know how big that can be? The type of difference that you can make for not just yourself, but the people around you. And a lot of times we allow people who aren't leaders to lead us. Or, somebody's already in a leadership position. So we allow them to do that when really we're the ones that should be leading. But if you open your mouth and you take control and you do what you need to do, I guarantee you those people will fall back. That guy that I was telling y'all about in the first episode at my job, my manager kept telling me, oh, just be the bigger person, don't say anything back to him, just let him talk. I'm not the type of person to let nobody talk. So recently, he basically he feeds off of if you let him get away with something, he gonna keep going. So recently, what I did was I let him know I'm not the one to be fucked with. And as soon as I did that, all of a sudden he's nice, he's kind, he's understanding.
He respected you for
Yeah,
telling him.
yeah. I mean, it not even respected. It was almost like, well, damn, I thought I was gonna get away with it, but I see she not the one. So now he communicates with me more. He asks me things instead of feeling like he just gonna tell me and I'm gonna do whatever he say do. But a lot of times we allow people to do that to us. Now, when you take control, you also have to be prepared for the responsibilities that come along with that. And a lot of times people ain't ready for it, but when God is telling you to do it, you gotta do it. Because if you don't make that move, he gonna make you do it, and it's gonna be uncomfortable. But I don't know, I just really feel like we gotta start taking control of our spirituality. We gotta start taking control of our bodies, our minds, our health. We just gotta start taking control, because I find myself a lot of times getting on social media, and with certain situations, I have my thoughts about it, but then I get on and I see other people saying stuff, and I'm like, you know what, they might be right. And I feel like a lot of people do that. They allow other people's opinions to basically be what they think or it changes their decision or how they feel about things instead of them standing firm in what they believe. That's not taking control. That's being a follower. And there's nothing wrong with being a follower, because support is just as important as being a leader. So I don't know what y'all think about
You
that.
have to be
Let's
a
talk about
follower
it.
before you can become a leader.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about it.
That was honestly that was deep. Like I was feeling like I had to put my points in a couple times, but like with the faith, I feel like faith takes you a long way. Just believing in your own self, like knowing that, okay, like this is where I'm supposed to be. I think about this so much that it's bound to happen, and at some point you're gonna feel that anxiety. You're gonna feel like you're alone and nobody's there with you, but that's the whole process, like, of adversity. Like, you have to be mentally tough and be ready for all this stuff. For people to, the closest people to you gonna be telling you, are you sure? Like, I don't think you can do it. Like, I don't think you got it. Like, is the closest people around you are gonna be the most negative voices in your head, but you gotta overcome that and be mentally tough to the fact where you can be like, you know what, like, I don't expect you to understand what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? If it was easy, everyone would do it. So it's like feeling alone for a certain period of time and doing what you got to do, and then afterwards people start to notice. Like, you don't even got to prove nothing to nobody. You don't got to flex. You don't, all that flexing stuff, all that Instagram stuff. We see you. We know. The real ones know. Like, are you genuinely happy though? Or, like, you could flex all day, show your house off, do this, but the most successful people, a lot of people aren't genuinely happy because they haven't found that happiness within themselves. Right. So, what else you gotta say, girl? Go ahead. Come on.
Damn.
Yeah.
I feel like that anxiety you're having, that's your subconscious way of telling yourself, hey, you gotta start moving.
Do more.
You gotta start doing more. They say pray until something happens, but faith without work is dead, and we all know that. And they say to be fearful of something, you can either face everything and run or face everything and rise. So, I mean, put your all into it. Whatever you
go to church.
Like, whatever you feeling.
Hallelujah.
No, for real. Whatever you feeling right now, act on it. Whatever it is that you have in the works, when you start seeing these recurring numbers, you keep seeing 222, 333, 1111. You know, those are your angels. They
the universe talking to you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So use those times to manifest. Use those times to
reflect
focus
on your thoughts.
And exactly. Be everything you want to be. And don't put no limits on yourself. I don't give a damn who say what. They say, oh yeah, you a big girl, you can't be a gymnast. Bullshit. Watch me.
No one's gonna
Did
believe
you see the girl on Shade Room? It was a heavy set girl, and they was laughing at her. That was
She was
recording
hitting
her.
that shit though.
And she hit a backflip into the pool. And that was like, what? Her form was perfect. Yeah. Don't tell me what I can't do, because I'm going to show you what I can.
Straight
Yeah.
up.
And you know, it's funny what you said about like with the numbers and stuff like that, because I have been That happened to me last year, and some major stuff happened to me afterwards. But recently, actually, me and Craig was talking about it last week. And it was like, right after we talked about it, I just started seeing numbers. I started seeing dragonflies. Dragonflies is a thing for me. And dragonflies and the numbers that I was seeing actually had the same meaning. So the fact that I talked to this girl last night and she was like, you need to dig deeper spiritually. And it was like, that was just like the third thing. Everything coming through. That was the third thing that I needed to hear, to know that that's what I needed to do to get in tune with where God is trying to lead me.
Amen to that. Take it what you got on it, though.
I mean, I just always ask, I'm just trying to ask the question, have you taken full control of everything in your life?
Well, this was just last night. So
even before then.
I literally just said that.
Not just you. I'm asking everybody
Oh,
here.
okay, my bad.
Have you taken full control? Oh, you like my little... Have you taken full control of everything in your life?
But who has? Like,
No, negative.
Like,
You know what you gotta do. It's just a matter of action behind it. Like, that's the hardest thing, is self-discipline. Like, telling yourself, like, it's easier to chill, go out, do this and that. That's easier than the real work. Like, I believe a lot of stuff in life is self-taught. A lot of stuff you have to realize on your own, through your own experiences.
Can't nobody teach you but you.
Exactly. So, look, I wrote this quote down. Look, you will never get criticized by someone who is doing better than you. So, them voices in your head, them people telling you, you just a little bit, you just a little level, you up there, and they still hear that same mindset. So don't get discouraged by your brother, your sister, anybody telling you, I don't know if you can do this, because no one's gonna believe in yourself more than you believe in yourself.
First of all, how you expect me to believe in you and you don't believe in your goddamn self?
Exactly. How you expect me to love you if you don't love yourself?
That's like artists, music, poetry, whatever you do 101. You have to believe in yourself. I don't give a damn if you're a professional drunk. You gotta believe in yourself. I'm a professional drunk. I'm gonna get drunk today. But at the end of the day, you gotta believe in yourself before anybody else can. I'm just being real.
No, they was like,
Cause you can't tell a crackhead shit. A crackhead gonna let you know. A crackhead gonna let you know. I'm finna hit that pipe. Ain't nothing you telling me, and I'ma dance. And after that, I'm gonna get another.
Real quick, Chuz, let me ask you something. You be dropping these gems every week. I mean, you most definitely inspiring the culture right now, not only of the millenniums, but the future as well that's coming up. What would you say to those that's looking at this right now? What is your final message on what you're trying to get the point to? What you gonna say?
I just feel like figure out what your purpose is. Make sure God is your guide and your guide. I didn't say God is your guide. Same thing, but just make sure you know what your purpose is and you know what it is that you're supposed to do in life, and take control of that. Make sure you know exactly what you're doing, and also allow people to plug into you, because if you're a leader, there's going to be people that are inspired by you. So just make sure you're taking the right steps. Allow people to plug into you, and just because you're a leader doesn't mean you can't take advice or constructive criticism from anybody else. But that's that. #Where'sTheWine.
Amen to that. And that's Chelsea again with Where's the Wine. Make sure y'all check her out. #Where's the Wine at Soyini Jones. We'll Talk Back to Me podcast. We'll be right back with a word from Jelly.
With all of the mass shootings and the killings going on in the U.S., they have issued a travel warning for anyone coming to the United States. That means our country is in a state of emergency.
That's crazy.
And our city is also in a state of emergency. In the city of Houston alone this past Sunday, we have had 11 shootings within 12 hours that resulted in 6 fatalities. And they have not stopped at all this week. And at some point, we have to say as a people that we want better, we demand better, and we're going to have better. We have these homegrown terrorists, and people are so afraid of Al-Qaeda. You are so afraid of outside forces, but who does more damage? Is it the people who are in your community or the people overseas? Let's be real. How many people have you known to be killed by an outside force versus the amount of people that are killed by their neighbor, that are killed within their community or their city or their country? People are walking into grocery stores, shooting them up. How do you feel safe shopping for your kids? How do you feel safe trying to make a living and provide? Because you could be working at Walmart and someone walks in there with an automatic weapon and is shooting it up. Now, a lot of people would say we need more gun control. We need more gun safety procedures in place. But what I would say is go get your gun license. Have the right to have a concealed weapon. Because if someone comes in there shooting, this is your right. This is your Second Amendment. You have the right to bear arms. If someone comes in there shooting, if everyone in there is packing, you mean to tell me he gonna make it out of there alive? You mean to tell me he gonna kill as many people as he killed? No, he's gonna be a fatality. And it's gonna be reduced by a significant amount. I also want to say that in our communities, for these young men who are out committing these heinous acts, we are losing children. We're losing mothers. We're losing our elders. We're losing the wisdom in our communities, and we have no guidance. There's a reason we have no guidance. Because y'all are careless. Y'all are reckless. You don't care who you injure. You don't care who you kill. You are killing our futures, and you are killing our present. And you are also killing our past. Because if our grandparents and our elders cannot tell us what has happened to us, history will repeat itself. And that's just what it is. And this is generally what you're into the streets. So how y'all feel about this?
Sheesh.
Man.
Where do we even start?
I can't even respond to that one.
Like,
Go ahead,
Sound like
Chase.
she's on Channel 11 and shit. I don't know. God.
No, I'm kidding. Like, I don't know. I feel like at some point somebody should see this and actually feel some type of compassion or hurt or anger and do something about the gun control. And because we live in Texas, and even me jokingly, like when I talk to people sometimes, they be like, "Oh, you a fighter?" I be like, "Nah, I'm a shooter." You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like that shit ain't cute. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got so many people. You got young people that are getting guns and shooting them, and they don't even know what the fuck they doing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, as far as like in our neighborhoods, like what Jelly said, like that's what's happening. You got people that think they get a gun and it makes them powerful. And that don't make you powerful. It makes you a coward, especially if you're not using it properly.
Amen.
So, I don't know. It's just, it's really sad to know that babies are out here getting shot. Like kids, babies, bro. Like, that's unacceptable. Like, you're not even shooting somebody that can defend themselves.
You know why though, right?
yeah.
You know why though, right?
I know, tell me.
Because everybody's scared to take an ass whooping. I mean, I'm just being
want the
honest.
real smoke. Nobody
Everybody's
wants the
scared to
real
take an ass
smoke
whooping.
nowadays. They
Like,
just wanna-
I'm 34. Man, just being honest, when we was younger, we knuckle up.
Yep.
You get your ass whooped, just get your ass whooped. You live to fight another day. But now you get people that's afraid to take an ass whooping. So I know I can't fight. I know I'm scary. So I'm finna pull this gun, and in a matter of like 2 seconds, I'm finna change my whole life. You know what I mean? I'm in prison for the rest of my life, or I'm in prison and my mom has lost me, and he's dead, and their mom lost him too. So I mean, it gets to a point to where people are just afraid to take an ass whooping. I mean, at the end of the day, what is that serious anyway to come to that part to where you got to pull a gun and shoot somebody? Like we discussed, a couple of weeks ago when you were talking about the lady that put her baby down or dropped her baby to have a fight with somebody. It's not that serious. If it has to get to that point, like take the kid to somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get out what y'all got to get out. But I mean, people using guns these days, they're afraid to take an ass whooping, and they're scary. You know what I mean? They're scared. They're afraid of the outcome that comes with it. I mean, that's how I feel about it.
So what I would say is there is a whole generation of children who have not seen Friday. There's a whole generation of children who have not seen Jason's lyric. There's a whole lot of children who have not seen Juice or Poetic Justice. And with Juice, you saw what a gun did to him. He felt he had all that power
In the
because
world.
he could kill somebody. And then when it came down to him being taken out, they said, "Oh, you got the juice now, kid." You really think that having a gun is power. You really think that's you having control over a situation. But it's the same thing with Friday. He said, "Son, you lose some, you win some, but you live to fight another day."
Another day.
The minute you bring a gun into the situation, you might as well count your days. Because the thing about payback and retaliation is real. It's so real. Because if you kill mine, it's an eye for an
kill
eye.
yours.
It's an eye for an eye. I'm coming to kill yours. And it ain't no holds barred. Your mama go, your child go, your grandmother go, your sister,
And
you,
that's the world we
your
live
baby
in,
mama,
Jay.
and that's the world we live in.
You can't predict.
It ain't no
yeah,
rules. So with that being said, I feel like take that ass whooping or learn how to fight.
Hit the gym, get some
You
boxing
can't
lessons.
predict. You can't predict what's gonna happen in this world. It's just like
It's getting
can't
worse.
predict. Yeah, exactly. Can we? Most of these. Okay, I ain't gonna be the one to say it, but I'm gonna be the one to say it. Most of these shooters are white. Like, okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I said homegrown
Uh-oh.
terrorists.
Uh-oh.
I
You
said
said like it's gonna
Okay,
feel. How you
okay,
feeling?
uh-oh, wait, I gotta be careful with what I say. Okay.
No, you don't.
You speak your mind.
I
Talk
said
back to me.
homegrown terrorists for a reason.
This is Talk Back to Me podcast.
it's truth. Like, my
Columbine
God, like, what is
shooters.
you on? Like, what
Yeah.
is you over here making African American look bad? You making Hispanics
We
look
make
bad?
ourselves
All
look
this
bad.
stuff look like we. But the mass shooters, the ones that really be out here reckless, not caring, they are white and they are. I mean,
It's a privilege.
What I will say about that,
all I gotta say is, if you doing some mass shooting, you need to be locked up for life. Period.
First of all, they
who
can give
even
you the
has
death
that
penalty.
in their mind? You
they
know.
can give you the death penalty. But what I will
death
say
penalty,
is
yeah.
these mass shootings do not nearly account for the killings in our community.
Exactly.
That's what I would say.
No,
Because our
Killing each
numbers exceed those exponentially. And that's just being realistic. That's facts.
Yeah.
We kill ourselves more than anybody kills us.
Facts.
And yes, the government has put us in these positions to where we're test subjects. We're like rats in a maze.
Why do you think we
Honestly.
kill? Why do you think we kill ourselves though?
Because we have this crabs in a barrel syndrome.
Exactly.
We cannot stand to see someone else thriving where we're lacking. We
Hatred.
cannot stand to
So
see
it's hatred.
someone else have
Facts.
something we don't have. It's self-loathing.
Yeah,
It's self-loathing. I
They
hate
don't want it,
myself.
yeah.
I hate my goddamn self. So ain't no way in hell I'm supposed to love you.
Yeah.
Ain't no way in
Yeah.
hell I'm supposed to congratulate you and I'm struggling and
better
I'm
speak, Jelly.
suffering. That
Yeah.
just ain't what it is.
You better speak. Then.
But at the end of the day, you need to take the game from these people. You need to see what they're doing and use that as a blueprint.
Yeah.
And then eventually you can build on that and you don't know where you'll be.
But it gotta
You'll
go
be in
both
a
ways
greater
too.
position than them.
It gotta go
Yeah.
both ways too, because some of the people that are winning, gotta
Get a
teach
game.
those people and give them the game as well.
But
I
you
mean,
don't necessarily
You
have
gotta
to.
educate
Because
others.
sometimes you had to earn that.
I'm
And you
not
feel like
saying
the next
don't earn
man
it.
got to earn it too.
But I'm saying give them the game of show them how to go get it and make people earn it. You know what I mean? Like you got some people that won't even reach out a hand.
How you a boss and your whole team ain't winning?
Straight up.
Exactly. But people
Nobody's
don't think like
eating.
that. A lot of people, when they get to a certain point in their life, they're like, oh, I don't want to let nobody else know how I got here. I want to keep this from them, this from that. But it's like, you got to tell yourself, this is how I think. When I get to where I want to be in life, I want to be able to tell other people how I got here. Exactly how I got here. I ain't
Because it's not
hiding
gonna take nothing from you.
Exactly. Like, I'm already here, so why wouldn't I want you to win? But a lot of people don't think like that. They don't think about, oh, I got it, so it's like, I'm good. But it's like, how many other people can you influence, like, when you got it? How many other people can you put on? How
You
many
know
other
why?
people
That's
It's
can
a
your
movement.
autobiography.
It's a movement.
Mhm.
This is how we should look at everything. Everything should be a movement.
Yeah.
I don't care if you draw. I don't care if you rap. I don't care if you write.
You
I don't
strip.
care if you make clothes. You strip. If it's a hot girl
Strip,
summer.
anything,
If it's a hot
anything.
nigga summer. I don't
If
give
it's
a
a
damn.
hot
Whatever it
City
is.
boys, where y'all at?
Listen, everything should be a movement, man. And I'm saying that because you should be willing to put the person on next to you if you see that they have the same
Yeah,
hustle and grind
facts.
as you. If they don't have the
Not
same hustle and
everyone,
grind,
not everyone, not
I understand
everyone.
that. If they don't have the same hustle and grind, I
Uh-uh.
understand that. Like, nah, I can't help them.
Not
But
everyone built for that.
if you see people built for that, it's not gonna take from you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Even by you putting them on, they gonna show you love, so it's putting you on more.
Yeah,
But we just live it like you said. It's a crab in the bucket mentality.
Yeah.
One reach the top, the other pull it down.
What I will say, Jelly said something about being experiments. I don't remember what documentary it was that I was watching, but
Hidden Colors.
I don't think it was Hidden Colors.
Hidden Colors,
But
boys
they
and
were-
girls. Go watch it.
They were talking about how Black people and Hispanic people are put in certain neighborhoods. Like, we think we in the hood, this our neighborhood, but we're actually placed there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're in these neighborhoods and they put why the liquor
You're supposed to
store,
live this way.
why the
Yeah.
liquor store is always in the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
First
now
of all,
you
we don't
guys
have.
do this.
We don't have.
You ever watch
Let me
Boys in the Hood?
Let me finish.
I know all y'all seen
Let me
Boys in the
finish.
Hood.
Let me finish.
That's what I like to hear from Chelsea.
So now
Get
you
it,
got
Chris.
Right?
you got winos on the corner, and you got kids that actually think that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So now mentally, we're in the state of my opponent, the person that I'm supposed to be going against, is in the same neighborhood. So now you gotta connect with guns, and now these kids got guns, and so like you said, I can't beat your ass, so I'm gonna shoot you. You know, so I feel like a lot of it, yeah, we gotta do better, but like you said, it at some point it was an experiment, and now we're in a position where those same neighborhoods that they confined us in, they're trying to take it back and gentrify those areas and push us out and put us somewhere else. I live in New Orleans now. You know how many homeless people I see? Like literally walking from the parking garage to my job, I get asked for money or food like maybe 6 or 7 times. And it's so sad. Like houses that cost $50,000 20 years ago cost $400,000. The same little bitty 3-bedroom house, shotgun house, $400,000. They pushing these people out of their homes and they homeless. So what do you think is gonna happen with them people? So it's a mental thing. It's been done to us. You know what I'm saying? And we're allowing it to happen. So I feel like a lot of the issues we have, especially with violence, it stems from us being played with.
So, I live in a community where there are literally no homeless people. I live right outside of Houston. I live in Dickinson, which is right next to Galveston. There are no homeless people. And the streets are so clean, and it's like a country little area, and we don't have those problems. I had my mom's one of her foster babies over there, and he got mad and called himself walking out the house. It's 11 o'clock at night. You ain't got no shoes on, and you're a young black boy. You're 16 years old. And you call yourself walking the streets in the middle of the night. Sir, do you know what will happen to you?
Quick.
This is not.
They gonna tie that rope and walk you to the police station just like they did in Galveston.
This ain't South Park. This is not the area where you feel like you can walk outside in the middle of the night and ain't nothing gonna happen to you. No, they're gonna feel like you're about to break into their homes. They're gonna feel like you're about to break into their churches, their properties. They feel like, what is this little boy doing out here? Yeah. Their first train of thought is to protect mine, and by any means necessary, you gotta go.
But how do we stop them from looking at just minorities, thinking that we gonna break into some shit,
you don't get
and
to
that
stop
white
that.
people won't break into shit?
You don't get to stop that. That's generational.
It's crazy to me though.
That's generational.
It's just crazy because I mean,
and it's crazy. Black people.
you know how many
are the
women I
most-
seen on the elevator grab their purse and clutch it and get close to the wall when you get on the elevator with them, thinking you finna do something to them?
See, but what they fail to realize is black people are the most accepting and forgiving people.
Yep.
We have been conditioned to take from people. You know, all they bullshit. We take all their bullshit, all their anger, all their hatred, and we take it and we transmit it into positivity and we give it back to them.
But we gotta stop the
And they don't
ignorance
deserve
too.
that.
We gotta stop the ignorance too.
That too. See, but there are some of us who are like, nah, fuck y'all. Because somebody's been hurt by y'all before and they've taught us to hate you.
Yeah.
So now all I know is hate.
True.
But there are some of us
Tupac said
who
it-
are still
Tupac said it
conditioned
best.
to love.
Tupac said, I knock on the door first and I said, hey, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Then I beat on the door and I said, hey, I'm hungry. Then I'm kicking in the door right now because I'm saying, fuck it, I didn't ask you 4 or 5 times. I'm going to take what you got. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's just different ways that you got to look at it. But as minorities, we can't have the attitude either to say, you know what, they're not helping us, so we're going to take it. We got to make a way for ourselves.
Work
We've
hard.
always made one.
That's right.
Find your hustle.
We always made one. Keep finding it.
That's
Shit,
true. That's true.
robbing and stealing and killing ain't it. Because just like you'll die for what they got, they gonna die to protect what they got.
Straight up.
Or they'll kill you to protect what they got. I worked hard for this. I bust my ass for this every day. You mean to tell me I'm gonna let you come in my house and take what I worked hard for? Nah, fuck you.
You can't
Fuck
let
you
that
and
happen.
everything you stand for. Because I'm gonna lock you away for the rest of your life, or I'm gonna take the rest of your life from you. And that's just what it is.
You can't let that happen.
How you feel?
Because it was passed to me
Whoa.
through generations.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on.
I
Let's get back over here. Let's get back over here. Wait a
nah,
minute.
for real.
Lay it
I
out.
inherited this wealth. I inherited this.
Fuck that shit.
And my
Fuck
grandmother
that shit.
and my grandfathers and my great-great-grandmothers and grandfathers, they profited off of you. But that don't mean you get to come take it from me.
Amen to that.
You don't get to
straight
come
up.
knock on my door and
Facts.
tell me you hungry. So fucking what? You still hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Talk
get out
that
there and
shit.
grind for
You
it.
hear?
You better learn how to farm. You better learn how to be self-sustainable. You better learn how to do something, because I ain't helping shit.
So basically, you tell them they gotta figure it out.
Yeah, you depend on the government. I pay my taxes. I'm helping you enough.
I ain't mad
Right?
at you, Jilly.
Shit, we all pay taxes.
Hey, we struck a
ain't mad
nerve.
at
This
you.
is talk back to me podcast.
Y'all know. Yeah, it's your into the streets. And I got my into the streets for real, because I'm in there.
How you feel, Bob?
Period,
Jelly,
point
man.
blank.
Jelly.
Oh, go
I'm
ahead,
just
Giselle.
saying.
Go ahead.
Period, point blank. That's all. She said what had to be said. So
That's that on it.
yay, that's that on that topic.
That's most definitely Jelly. Welcome her back. We missed her last week, and she's back again, dropping
I'm
gems
home.
and education,
Yeah.
and most definitely ears to the streets. Only on Talk Back to Me podcast. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break. We got Giselle up next. Guest star interview. I know y'all been waiting for. Check us out. Welcome back to Talk Back to Me podcast. We got a very special guest in the building right now. Giselle OVO. She's a financial advisor. She's a real hot scene in the club industry, and she's working on her upcoming modeling agency business right now. Make sure y'all check her out. Give it up. See what she got to say. Giselle, go ahead. What you got for us? What's coming
What's
up?
up, y'all? How y'all doing? So let me tell y'all, how y'all feeling good? I'm feeling this energy today. Honestly, I already knew how it's gonna go, but just being around y'all, I feel the energy. I'm up. But let me tell y'all a little bit about myself. So pretty much, I have a financial. I'm a financial advisor. I help people pretty much get to from point A to B. Pretty much teaching people what they never learned in high school. The stuff you were supposed to learn in high school, that's where I come in play, and I teach you about different concepts, different strategies to use, pretty much everything that you should learn in high school, pretty much. That's where I come into play and educate families. I'm talking about people that are 40, 50, that never got taught this stuff that I have the opportunity to learn. So I'm all about helping people, educating people. Aside from that business aspect, I model also. So you never know. In the future, I feel like a modeling agency might come into place. I feel like I'm supposed to be, I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm supposed to just find something to build and build my own business. My parents are photographers, Mascoro Photography. Go check that out. Mm-hmm. So my parents are photographers, so that opportunity has always been brought to me, like doing photography. But the thing is, like, it's there right there for me, right? But the thing is, like, I like being in front of the camera. Right. So that's the whole thing with this. So I don't know what to do with that. I might be a photographer, you know what I'm saying? But I'm grateful for everyone, and let's get to it. Let's talk about what we got to talk about.
So
yeah, what y'all want to know?
You said your specialty is financial literacy, correct? Mm-hmm. And you said these are the things that should be taught in high school.
Yeah.
So how would you propose we get this into the schools?
For sure.
There are a lot of children who know nothing about credit.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of children who know nothing about budgeting. And there are a
sure.
lot of adults who know nothing about credit or budgeting. They're completely ignorant to being a sustainable person. So how do you feel we should get those implemented in the HISD, Fort Bend ISD?
It's kind of hard because right now how the school system is set up is they have this, this whole system already set up. But aside from that, I feel like I've thought about this before, so it's funny that you asked. Like the whole school, like I've thought about building my own school of community of children that get taught a little differently. Yeah, you get the math, you get the reading, you get all that, but like aside from that, like actual like learning how to like love yourself, just something as little as that, like something as small as just self-development, I think can take you a long way in life. Because before this, I had graduated from high school, I was like, when you feel like you got this burning desire to be somebody, like you're supposed to be somebody, you're supposed to do something, you're supposed to say something to someone, you're supposed to just be somebody like in life. Right. I had this desire, and I'm just like, okay, there's no way I think about this so much day in and day out, that it's not supposed to happen. So I just feel like if you got something that you want to do, put your mindset to it, regardless of what anyone got to say. Just put your mindset to it and just go after it, because I feel like you could really do that. Me building a school, like if I put my mind to it, I could do it. It's just me. Ain't nobody else. It has nothing to do with nobody else. It has nothing to do with if I got a boyfriend. It got nothing to do with him. My family got nothing to do with them. It's just me believing in my own self that I could really be somebody. I could really do something. So at the end of the day, if you have something that you really, it all starts with an idea. Everything starts with an idea, and from there, you just build from it. So you can have all the ideas in the world. Everything, you want to do this, you want to do that. I got, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't put any action behind it, it's nothing. An idea is just an idea. So really, if you feel like it and you're the only, all you need is yourself to believe in. That's it. And once you got that, you go after it and you reach your goal, and that's how you're going to be successful, just going after it. And I feel like a lot of times, like, we get comfortable where we're at. Okay, we're making 100K. Okay, we're making 10K a month, this and that, whatever. We get comfortable in this position, but it's just like, if you already reached this goal, who says you can't go further than that? Who says you can't? If you're making, okay, $10,000 a month, who says you can't make 20K a month? You know what I'm saying? So it's just that belief level that you have in yourself, really truly believing in yourself. That faith is very important. It's going to take you a long way. When you feel like you got nobody, talk to God. Tell him what you got going on. Tell him, you know what I'm saying? Tell him all the struggles you got that you're going through, because at the end of the day, he's going to help you overcome that. And I feel like faith really gets developed through experience. So you won't really truly believe in God unless you've gone through experiences. Gone through experiences that help you realize that. Can I get an amen, everybody?
Amen.
Can I get an amen? So,
Man,
what y'all got to say?
Idea without a plan is just a thought.
What
Exactly.
what was your interest? Like, what got you into being a financial advisor? Like, what was it that made you say, I need to do this?
Honestly, like, I never saw myself doing anything with money management, math. I was the worst at math. So I feel like a lot of times we're programmed through our childhood to believe that you're not okay just because your mom or your father was not good at math. Oh, you're not good at math. Oh, just because they didn't have this, oh, you can't have that. So we're programmed to think this throughout our life, but it's just like you never really know where life's gonna take you. Like, put your foot down, focus on what you need to do, and like it's just gonna take you. It's just gonna take you there. Stay true to yourself, you know? So I never thought about financial advising because I was like, math, like I can't do that, you know? But it just worked. It just came to play. Like, I feel like God presented that opportunity for me to, you know, how I even got into it. Like, I was fresh out of high school. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew that I was meant to be somebody. I knew that I was supposed to do something in our community that makes an impact on somebody else. Like, yes, I can impact myself, but I want to impact others. Like, that's the main goal, to put other people on. Like, you could reach that goal that you want to in life, but it's all about just inspiring other people and giving other people that opportunity that you had. So I never thought about math, never thought about financial education until I sat down with my family. It was my first 30 days in the business. I sat down with my family, and my dad he's good with his, you know, he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff. So I was like, this is gonna be a hard appointment. This ain't gonna go right. But we sat there, and it's not even about like just middle income families. It's just about anybody in general, getting them from where they need to be from point A to point B. So when we were able to help my dad, when he's an investor, so I was able to help him and teach him stuff. That's when I was like, okay, like I could really do this. Like I could really educate myself to the fact that I could help people that are twice my age. I could help people that, it's a whole different generation. Y'all feel me? Like, me and my parents, it's different. Like, I feel it. They're on a whole different, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can break that cycle. If your family has been going through all this stuff, in the past relationships, y'all been divorced, like, your parents been divorced, your grandparents have been broke, this and that. Like, you can break that cycle. There's there's no study saying you have to be like this person, but a lot of times we feel like, okay, because my parents were broke, because my parents didn't do this and that, that's my life. I can't do this. I can't do this. Nobody before me has done this. But that's when you gonna come into realization with yourself. You have to face yourself and face that adversity that you're gonna have with yourself. It's hard as hell. It's gonna feel like nobody is there with you. People be telling me, I'm gonna be real with y'all. People be coming up to me like, that I haven't seen in a while, and they're like, oh yeah, I see you. Okay, I see you, girl. You doing this and that. And a lot of times you gotta act like you more confident than you really are. That's the key. You gotta act like, okay, yeah.
Fix your blouse, huh?
But the fact that people are telling me that you got it, like I see you doing big things, like you inspire me. The fact that people are telling me that, and I feel like I'm nowhere near where I need to be in life. Right. The fact that people are telling me I inspire them, I'm like, you have no idea, like, what I'm about to do. You have no idea. Like, I'm inspiring you right now. Let me boss the fuck up. Straight up. Let me boss the fuck up. Because you think this is a level, like, you have no idea what I'm about to do. So, at the end of the day, for any entrepreneurs, I tell y'all, like, stay true to yourself. Just be yourself. Just believe in yourself. That's all you need. That's all you need, 100% in yourself. But if you feel like you have an idea, go 100% on that. Yeah. Because if you don't, it's just gonna be an idea at the end of the day. It's just gonna be an idea. It's not gonna be anything. Yeah. You could have $1 million mindset, but if you don't put that action behind it, it's just there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Now,
go
ahead. Well, I was gonna say financial education is definitely important. Me and my best friend was just talking the other day. You got people in their 20s making $60,000, $70,000 a year and still be broke. You got people making $9, $10 an hour going on vacation and taking trips and doing all kind of shit. And it's because they know how to manage their money.
That's it. That's all it has to do.
You know, when you make more money, you think you can spend more money. You know what I'm saying? But you still need to be pocketing. You know what I'm saying? Because I can make I can make $30,000 less than you, and you still end up with more money than me at the end of the year. You know, so I think it's very important for young people to get into being financially
free.
Yeah,
that's the main goal. Doing what you love, but also making a income off of that.
Absolutely.
The bigger the impact, the bigger the income. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen?
So, I mean, what I will say is, people with less money who learn how to budget better. You know, a passport costs the same amount as a pair of Jordans. Stop buying shoes.
Exactly.
Start providing yourself with memories and life
Hold up,
experiences.
Jell be dropping them jewels.
Man, for real, I'm dead ass. I had a friend who took a trip to Turks and Caicos, and her trip all around round trip was $786. She stayed at a beautiful hotel, which was right off the ocean. It was all inclusive, and all she had to pay for was her flight and her room, and everything else she was okay.
Take care.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
I think got a lot of companies that you can get with right now. You can pay next to nothing to go travel and see the world and have fun.
It's not about what you get, it's about how you make the most out of what you have. And what tips do you have for someone who is struggling with financial literacy? Like, how do you help them build their credit? How do you help them get educated about the things that we know nothing about?
Shoot, that's hard because self-motivation is very hard. Like, it's a lot of it is like I said, self-taught. So it's hard. I could tell somebody all day what to do, this and this and that, like how they can make this much in a month, you know. But I think a lot of it has to do with just the person's mindset. It's not. You know what I'm saying? You could tell someone all day long how I did this, how I did that, but if they're not willing to learn, if they're not open-minded to, like, the opportunity to even learn about it, you can't teach no one. Yeah, you can't teach no one nothing that they, not ready to learn about.
So if you have a person that is ready to learn, like, say you have somebody to come in and say, hey, look, this is what I make, This is what I'm trying to do. This is what I want to do. Like, what plan would you put in place for them? I mean, like, if you have a person right now to say, I make $60,000 a year, but I'm trying to save so much, and I want to take trips, and I want to be able to put so much back. Like, what plan are you putting in place for them?
Okay, so the plan I'm putting is two things. One, either sitting down with them and their wife, or if they're on their own, I literally sit down with families, like husband and wife mainly, because would you agree that most financial, you would want to make the decision with your partner.
Yeah, exactly.
If y'all got the money together or got any accounts together, you'd want to sit with the person that you got, going. You got them going with that.
Whatever you building, you want to
exactly. So usually we sit with both partners and we sit down with them and we show them, okay, show me where you're at right now. We get their budget. How much you spend on groceries? This much. How much you spend on Pampers? This much. How much you spend on gas? This much. This and that. We go down the list. Okay, we profit, let's say 10 to 20% of that. Okay, let's put what you spending, $200, $300 a month, what you're spending. You could agree that all that money that you're putting into maybe food, entertainment, you could save that much money. So we show people with that money, that extra money, like the $200, $300 a month, put that into a Roth IRA, which is a retirement account, your own account, not with the bank. Don't save with the bank. Don't save with the bank. They giving you less than 1%. If you're trying to like grow your income to like don't save with the bank, pretty much. So I would tell people, okay, I would show them the plan. But I'm in the process of getting my investment license, so I'm trying to show people like how to create their own Roth IRA, because I have my own Roth IRA. So let me just tell y'all, like, if I start right now, I'm 20 years old. So if I start right now, by the time I'm 40, 50, I have 2 point something million saved up. So pretty much, I'm trying to show people while you're young, let me show you how to save. So you don't have the option to retire broke.
Right.
You will retire a millionaire, because every single one of us, we are born millionaires. You're every single bone in your body. If you right now, take me away, sell my body right now. You are worth more than $1 million. You are worth more than $1 million. So why are you settling for $12 an hour? Why are you settling for $10 an hour? I'm telling you that, yeah, you could be comfortable with that paycheck, but at the end of the day, you want to have money working for you. You don't want to be working for money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want that money to come in. If you're on vacation, you want that paycheck to hit. Okay? Let me tell you, you want that paycheck to hit. That's a lifestyle you want. So what do you truly... somebody said this. I don't know who said this. But what is your true desire? I think that's the main purpose in life. What is your purpose? Like, what do you meant... You're meant to be on earth for a certain reason. So find that reason, find that purpose. You are worthy. If you ever feel like you're not worthy, you are worthy, okay? You are meant to be here. You are meant to do something on this earth. You were put here for a reason. Do you know how every day somebody is dying? Every single day something happens. You hear about it. You know what I'm saying? Your best friend, somebody you know is losing their life. So use that as, I know it's tragic, but use that as motivation to, damn, like, what if I had 10 years left? What if I had 15 years left? What if I had 1 year left? What if I had a month left?
So my question is this, like, I mean, I know what you're doing, like what she said with financial literacy. You're helping people to grow their funds, teach them how to save their funds, to retire early, to figure out what it is. And how do they contact you? How do they reach you and get assistance from you?
How do they contact me? Okay. Literally in person, be like, I want a plan. That's it. Like, I just want to sit down. All you got to do, you don't even got to do nothing. The people that we go see, you don't have to do anything. All you have to do, the thing is that our business is a word-to-mouth business. So it's like, I sit down with you right now, and you're like, wow, I didn't even think this was possible. You go tell your uncle. You go tell your cousin. You go tell your brother, yo, I just got... Like, I'm set. I feel comfortable. I thought I was good, but now I'm actually really good. So it's like reaching out to me. Everything is me. I'm doing all the work. All you tell me is
What you trying to do?
What you trying to do?
Be open with your financial.
What's your, you have a website or like a Instagram or?
I do. I have a website, but honestly, like slide in my DMs. I'm tired. Look, I ain't got time for you boys trying to chill with me, trying to do all this stuff. Like, hit me up about how to set your financial freedom. Like, how you can get to financial freedom. Like, that's what I'm on.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, all you got to do is hit me up and be like, hey, how do I get a financial analysis? That's all. It's free. That's all you got to say. Me and...
It's free. Say it again. Free.com.
Wait. Pause. Let me say that again. Okay, so it's free for me to come to your house. Everything is me coming to you. That's what I'm saying. Like, everything is me coming to you with either somebody that's licensed in investments, because I'm not licensed yet, almost.
Okay.
But I will bring somebody that has been in the business for 5+ years that knows they shit. Because I've been in there for 1 year.
Okay.
I could say I know my stuff, but at the end of the day, the person that's been there for 5 years is not going to tell you more than I know.
Exactly.
So I'm going to bring that person with me just so you know all the info. And free financial. Okay, show me what you got. 401k, Roth IRA, insurance. Show me life insurance, house insurance, all that. Show me what you got. Pulls that out on paper. Okay, we're looking through it. Oh, by the way, I can get that for you cheaper.
So you basically showing them how to make their money make money.
Yeah. Oh, you in debt? Let me show you how to get out of debt quicker. It's called debt stacking. It's a whole theory to it. We help people how to get out of debt 20 years sooner. So I'm very proud to be a part of this company. A lot of people though give me negativity about this because it's marketing. Oh, it's a scam. Oh, this and that. Right. Oh, you're not making money off of it. You gotta be broke before you make money. You gotta.
Chelsea, what's your question?
What? You gotta, yeah.
Well, what I was gonna say is that's definitely important. But another thing that attracted me to you was that you're a model. You do runway.
Yeah. Socialite.
So I know. I have a little bit of fashion experience, but from the designer side. And so I seen your video where you were behind the scenes and you were getting ready. I know that shit gets crazy. And I know like for designers we have to find patterns, we have to find fabric, we have to design and stuff. So from a model's perspective, what is it that you have to do to let somebody else know that's trying to get into modeling? How did you get started? Okay. And what are some ways that you prepare for a fashion show or a photo shoot? Sips tea on that one because a lot of people ask me, like, by the way, I do runway modeling. So a lot of people ask me, like, how you do
see that ass
runway? Let me tell you something.
I wasn't looking.
Let me tell you something.
She got abs in it.
I wasn't trying to look.
And it's crazy because ain't no 5'4" model getting casted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like even at castings, they're like, you have to be 5'7", 5'8", 5'7", and I'm just like, I'm gonna still go. Right. Because at the end of the day, it's the energy that I bring that's really it's about who you working with. It's not about how they look, this and that. Okay, if I really like this person, I'm gonna go out of my way to work with them. Mm-hmm. So my advice for people, because a lot of people ask me like, how'd you get into modeling? Like, put me on, this and that. I can't put you on because I put myself on. Mm-hmm. Like, exactly. I don't know. Like, it just happened for me. Like, it was out of nowhere. Like, okay, at first I was taking acting classes right out of high school. I was like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, I don't know. Like, I had no idea what I wanted to go to college for. I didn't know anything. Yeah. And I was like, people been telling me you should act. You got this something about your personality. Mm-hmm. You should act. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take acting classes. Mm-hmm. I took acting classes. Never thought about modeling. Never, because I was like, I ain't built for that. Like, straight up, like, I ain't built for that. And then like one day, like last summer, I did a fashion show, and it went well. So I was like, this is fun. Like, I kind of like when it comes to fashion, I like being the center of attention. Right. Like, you see this drip, okay, you about to look twice. I'm about to have your head turning twice. You know
I know I got all this ass back here. You see it too.
When you see it. You gotta go get it on your own. Like, you have to seek out opportunity. You gotta be ready for that opportunity when it comes to you. So it's really hard for me to put someone on and do this and that for them because how bad do you want it? If this is what you want to do, go out and network. It's all about networking. It all started from February. That's how honestly, I can say my modeling career started from February when I went to the J. Mulan fashion.
Alaska,
yeah. She had do y'all know who J. Mulan is?
Yeah, her name is
Okay.
Don't have a clue.
We have the same
Explain
birthday.
You know what I'm talking about? Okay.
Same birthday.
She is grinding out here from Houston. She's doing big things. She has her own modeling agency. She started when she was 16. J. Mulan, shout out to you, my girl. But anyways, I went to her model boot camp in February, and from there I realized that it all has to do with networking.
Right.
Like meeting people. From there, I can say that I met people that led me to me finding opportunities. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, seek out opportunity. Like, work. You don't gotta even flex. Like, work so hard. Somebody will notice that. Somebody will reach out to you and be like, "What you got going on?" Or like, "What you doing?" Like, let me be a part of this. Or like, people start to like want to collab. So it's just like. Stay true to yourself. Do what you got. It don't matter what nobody has to say. Just stay true to yourself because you have a voice. You have your own story. It don't matter if somebody did it 10 years sooner than you did, 5 years sooner than you did. At the end of the day, like, you have your own story. If you do it at 40, you did it at 40. It don't matter if somebody did it at 25. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still, as long as you did it, as long as you really feel that happiness and you feel like you fulfilled your happiness, then like you could really say it, okay, like I'm satisfied from where I'm at. But don't get too comfortable.
Right.
Because a lot of times people get comfortable where they're at.
So make sure you check us out, Talk Back to Me Podcast .core94.com to get your booking going. This was Giselle, and we'll be right back with final takes. All right, and we back again. Talk Back to Me Podcast. We about to close things out with the inspirational and profound ticket. What you got for us right now?
Hey man, ticket thoughts for the end of the day, man. I mean, we touched on child support today. We touched on business. We touched on everything. But I mean, with child support, just receive what's a need and not what's a want. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, invest into your child and not into your desires. So if that makes sense to you, when you're receiving money from somebody, if it's enough and it is what you need, invest into your child and not into yourself. At the end of the day, that's simple. You know what I mean?
Jeez. Golly, another
What's wrong, Jelly?
profound word. Jelly, what you got?
What's wrong, Jelly?
Jelly be quiet for too long.
No,
What's up?
I feel like that is so accurate. Again, take your emotions out of parenting when it comes to dealing with your partner. As far as your child goes, be all in. But as far as dealing with your baby daddy or your baby mother, stop going off of what you feel and start doing what's best for your baby.
Jelly sit back over there in that chair like, damn, I picked the wrong baby daddy. It's just a joke. I'm just
You know
talking
what?
shit.
I appreciate my baby daddy.
Yeah, you supposed to.
He's active in his son's life, and that's all I can ask of him. I don't ask him for shit else. So
Hey man, as long as he doing what he's supposed to do, that's
as long as
what.
you active, I don't care. Every other weekend.
And that was a joke, viewers.
Shout
We
out
just
to you.
joking. We just joking. We just joking, viewers. That's all. But again, go from there. I'm just saying, man, receive what's a need, not what's a want. Invest into your child, and not into your personal desires.
Amen to that. Giselle, what's your final take on it?
On the child support, my final take on it is do your part, have good communication skills. If that communication lacks in the relationship, then fix it. Find a way. Like you don't did the dirty, now you gotta take care of the rest of that has to do with it. So just communication is key, really. If there's no communication, then I understand why females have to do what they got to do, but at the end of the day, like, just have that same communication. Y'all was on the same page, hopefully from the beginning, so just have that same communication from the end.
Y'all was on the same page. You was mad at me, daddy. You was like, I'm finna come.
I'm finna come.
She getting
You better be
personal.
ready for what guys to come with that.
That's nasty.
You got kids, you know how
That's nasty, Jelly. I want to hear it. Tell me what you
No, my final take is going to come from, my segment, Where's the Wine? take control of your life. You know, if you have a vision and you know that it could be something major, it could actually work out for you.
Do it.
Take control of that. A lot of times we feel like afraid. We feel afraid and we don't do things, but just know that God got you.
Yeah.
So that's
Facts.
that.
We afraid because of what everyone else got to say.
What's your take, Paul?
Amen to that. Now, I'm gonna most definitely touch on a piece of everybody and what y'all had involved as far as the child support topic. Know who you sleeping with at the end of the day.
Do you really know though?
Shit, you better find out. Background check.
You know.
Fight
Oh, I
those
do
look-
have that
Instagram before.
Oh, you're so right.
See
That
what
goes into
mutual
our
friends y'all got.
fiction.
See
I don't know
what
how you
mutual
were
friends y'all got.
raised. I don't know how you were loved. So I don't know what type of parent or person you're gonna be. I don't know how you were raised. You need to learn people
Amen.
Feel it
before
through the
you
dick.
go making them babies. Tell them, Pop.
Feel it through the penis and feel it through the vajayjay.
Okay.
Know how they raised through the penis and through the vajayjay.
Yeah.
If it hit you wrong, then that means he probably was raised wrong.
He be right and he was still raised wrong.
Hey, sometimes that's how.
I'm talking about, what if he hit me right and he was still raised wrong?
Shit happens.
Every day.
My guy Paul, how you feel, man?
Out of line with this one, yeah. This is a powerful topic. Again, we're gonna welcome Giselle OVO. Make sure you
Thank
check
you.
out again on
for having
Instagram
me.
at Giselle_OVO. She has some powerful gems. She's trying to get y'all money right. Make sure y'all stay tuned again on the next episode for our up next guest star. You seen the cast, you seen the crew. We here Wednesdays. Controversial topics, inspirational views with the occasional tea. We are TalkBack2MePodcast.